everyone, Lau here. Ooh, surprise! In today's video, I'm going to show you how I do this. It's just a makeup tutorial of my Ahsoka Tano makeup. I know that over the years, I don't want to say many, but like every now and then people ask me if I could do like a makeup tutorial for how I do my orange Ahsoka makeup, and I think finally I have like the equipment to do it, because I have now a camera stand and everything, and right now I'm on location because I thought while I'm doing the makeup it would absolutely be a waste if I'm not doing then a shooting afterwards. So that's why I'm in the nature here, which is not the best not the best location for this costume, but this is just the introduction, so you see how it turns out afterwards. Okay, then let's jump into the tutorial and have fun. See you in the end. Hello everyone. Yeah, you've probably seen my introduction, and hopefully you've seen already how it turns out, at least for a second or something. Because I would start now. This is like my super bare face, like naked, nothing. And I have no idea how long that will take, because normally I don't film it and talk to it. But yeah, the first thing definitely what I always do is, oops, I have to remove a lot of hair, because as you can see, like my eyebrows are like not even existing like in normal, like they're super light, and all that's left I shave off. So I absolutely cannot give you any instructions on how to cover eyebrows, because I never do that. As I said, my eyebrows are light and almost non-existing in general, so I just shave all that's left off. And then I also shave off like all that small hair here at the front. When I'm really going to a convention, I shave off even more, like in the back, but I'm not doing that. I think that should be enough. Well, the kind of makeup that I use, like makeup, body paint makeup, is always from this company. It's called Eulenspiegel. I guess it's German. Kind of theater makeup company, and I'm using this orange called Goldenorange, and sometimes I blend it a little bit with this yellow, because when you put multiple layers of this one, it gets a little bit too dark and too red. Then I sometimes mix it a little bit with this. It's called Goldgelb, so golden yellow, and of course white. I'm using this sponge, so I'm a sponge girl. I'm not using brushes or I don't know, airbrush or anything, because as you said, it's this kind of cake-y kind of thing. And I'm standing directly in front of my water tub or water sink, what would you call it? I can show you just very briefly. And let's just do it very quickly. And the other time I will not show you this, but what I do is a little bit of water here. Mixing it up like this, and then you can like this. It should not be too wet, and also not too dry. You just have to test it out. Whenever I have a lot of it covered and it is a little bit drying, like in between, I put on my wig caps. I mean, I'm not wearing a wig for Ahsoka, but obviously a headpiece, so. I might paint some of my wig caps as well. I throw them in the washing machine anyways afterwards, because they always get orange. Sometimes also just use a small paintbrush for some of the areas that the sponge is too big, like inside my nose. I can tell you, sometimes the more you do and the more you try, the worse it gets. So at some point I definitely always need to stop then with the wet makeup parts. So because whatever is not really to my liking, I try to balance out with things like blushes. I have dark orange blush, lighter orange blush, I have like an eyeshadow that is actually yellow, something like that. And I have my matte powder, which is see-through or a little bit whitish, so to get it a little bit lighter. So some of that, so I don't have like a really like order and first that and then that. I just try out a little bit to balance it out. It depends, because all the time the makeup gets a little bit different. Oh yeah, and the brown powder as well. So. So now you're probably asking yourself like, yeah, it's good and all that stuff with an orange, but where's the white? Yes, I always do the white like after I have like the whole face orange. I've done most of it concerning like contouring. I'm not that good with contouring, especially not with body paint contouring, like with my normal makeup and then contouring. Okay, but yeah, as this is water-based makeup, like you saw, I just put it on with a mixture with water. It's super easy to remove, and this is how I do the patterns. At first I use these makeup cosmetic Stäbchen, cosmetic pins, I don't know what you would call them. One of the side is more or less super pointy. One is a little bit more rounded. And I just put them underwater. And then I kind of draw the lines of her makeup, and to remove the orange from that part. And then I can go in with white again. And even though I have done Ahsoka makeup like 100 times, I still always use a reference picture, because it's so easy to forget anything, or to make it too long or too short, or to whatever, the different parts. So as today I will put on my jumpsuit Ahsoka. So I have directly used like one of those pictures just on my mobile phone. By the way, that looks like a lightsaber, but it's not, because she isn't wielding lightsabers during that arc. Oops. Yeah, I just use it now like this. Put it somewhere. And I'm good to go. Wet, So as I have now removed the orange, mostly from the parts where I want to apply the white, the next thing is that I use a white, what is it, a white pencil, makeup pencil probably for the eyes. Kajal, I have no idea if that's how that's called in English, Kajal. And apply that, and afterwards that, because now applying this just on the bare skin and at the edges of the orange, it will bleed still, so this is what I'm always doing. So now I'm starting with the Eulenspiegel makeup in white again, and I'm using two small brushes, or paint. It's really paint brushes, it's not makeup brushes. One is like this size, and the other one is more, well, even smaller. Yeah. Now I think that's the best I can get with the white. However, I think some of the edges are not as sharp as I would like them to be. So what I'm doing now, I go into that with some pencils again, with some makeup pencils, which are like orange or something similar to orange. This is, I think, a lip liner, and this is, oh, these are both lip liners, to really get the edges sharp. I don't like draw all the edges, just where I think it's not sharp enough or where I just made a little mistake somewhere, because it is a little bit darker than my skin, but that's also kind of okayish, but you don't want it to be like outlined really. So. trying doing some more or less little bits here and bits there. One thing is Ahsoka has really pointy, like sweet nose, which I absolutely don't have. So the only thing that I can try to make my nose a little bit like that is to make it a little bit like darker here and then light here. I mean, I already did it darker here and lighter here, but what I mean is like and of course the eye makeup. It's actually normal eye makeup. At first some eyeshadow, then mascara, eyeliner, lashes. You will see that. So in case you're wondering, I'm just using the dark orange blush again. Then I go in with some brown shades. Let's see. As I said, I'm never doing the same thing twice, so. I think today I'm going to use the same like one that I did on the tip of my nose. It's a golden kind of yellowy one in the middle. It's not that I'm thinking Ahsoka is going to use eyeshadow and stuff, but it's just to give your eyelids and your eyes and everything a little bit more depth than just plain orange. Know how much you can definitely like see it, but off camera it's really vibrant right now. Trying to do something with my nose. Now it's time for eyeliner. I normally, like when I'm actually blonde and all that stuff, so I'm using actually brown, but for Ahsoka I definitely use black. I don't know how much is still in that one. It's almost empty, let's see. I like to do quite dramatic eyes for a lot of the Clone Wars characters. The only one that I do like a different kind of eye makeup is Satine, because like she's very blonde, but like Ahsoka, or when I do my Clone Wars Padme, I'm doing like very dramatic eyes, as like I'm also using the eyeliner like for my like under the eyeliner and my waterline as well. So yeah. Sometimes I'm also going into or in it with like a kajal again. The lashes that I'm using are actually like I'm always using Japanese lashes. I have one pair left of the ones that I'm using for all my Clone Wars characters, because I think they represent the like spiky Clone Wars lashes the best. And I couldn't find them anywhere else. They are from the brand Eyemazing, Eyemazing number 2, I think. I just have Eyemazing number 4, or no, number 1 right now as a replacement, but I'm still using these. And the glue that I'm using, I can like 100% recommend Dollywink glue, which comes in Dollywink eyelashes, because this one is like, it gets like rubber afterwards, and you can remove it from every lash afterwards, and then you can reuse the lashes, and it dries like see-through. So another good thing with this glue is definitely you don't have to wait for a long time. But I'm not using lower lashes because the Clone Wars characters, they don't show any lower lashes, they just show upper lashes. I mean, I use my own lower lashes, but no artificial ones. Now you see some is still like a little bit white, some of the glue. Most of it will dry see-through, and if something still is white, I go in with my eyeliner again. So easy, easy, easy. Ahsoka has really dark lips. First I remove the orange, a little bit of lip balm. And I know Ahsoka doesn't have like really black lips, but I found that when I'm trying to mix it up, a really dark red or something brownish, it just doesn't work really for me. So I'm using this really, really dark brown, which is almost black. she has really voluminous, how is the word, like with a lot of volume lips. Her lips are really thick, so I'm also going with a pencil, a black pencil again, and very last thing I always do with every makeup is to use my powder, which is like just a see-through matte kind of powder, and go over it, because that kind of seals it. I'm using any fixing spray because I found out that that doesn't really work. It just removes everything again. So wait, something. Contacts. Like, I find that when I'm having this kind of really bold makeup, eye makeup, and I'm leaving like my eyes with then like without contacts, and they look so small. And of course my eyes are green or greenish gray, and Ahsoka has blue eyes. But many people like to put contacts in like right before everything, at the very first thing before you're doing your makeup. I can't do that because my eyes are not that good with contacts, so I like to have them in the least amount of time possible. Most often I just put them in at the convention right before my shooting or something like that, or at the convention when I'm walking around, people see me. But of course now I will put them in. I'm not keeping them in for a very long time today because I just want to put on my costume, do a very small shooting, and that's it. Yeah. In case you are wondering how good is all of this holding up, well, you can go over it like with your finger and everything, and it doesn't like change it. Of course, no water, please, because water will remove it, but with dry hands. You see? Okay, that's actually it. Let's put on the costume and go shooting. So I really hope that you found it interesting, the way I do my Ahsoka makeup, because like this is like one version of like thousands that you could do. No, not thousands, but there are so many different ways. Like you could use alcohol-based paint, you could use like stencils to leave out the white parts at first. You could use like, oh my gosh, I have seen so many different ways. There are even people who just put like stickers on top for the patterns. and this is just the way I'm doing it. And as you can see, I'm not doing like body paint on my whole body because these are tights, and when you would see my like legs in this cosplay, you don't see my legs because that's one with long trousers. Would use like tights, and I'm also using these gloves that I make out of the same material as these tights. So yeah, most often the only part that I'm using really body paint is the face and the neckline, depending how deep it is or how much like it is covered. So I hope you had fun. If you like what you saw, then maybe just subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, because that definitely makes me super happy when I see that all the videos I'm doing, that also like people like them or people are watching them. Please tell me the way you do your Ahsoka makeup in the comments, because like I'd like to see like different ways. And until the next video, see you real soon, and may the force be with you. Bye!